Hey there ladies and gents, Pops here. Welcome back to Multimap and welcome to November. So, 6:30 in the morning, we've got a nice big moon, which we can't see because of the umbrella, and now we can't see because of the tree. The household is awake. We've got a piece of machinery here that we need to return. Back to the shop. This is what we were using for our cultivating contracts. We have got lots of money we can now collect, which we will do in a moment once we get back to the shop. Then we need to see how our animals are doing, and whether we need to start sorting out some produce, or whether we can jump straight back into contracting. What else November holds for us? Maybe should have had some lights on, but there you go. Okay, let's have a look at these contracts and we'll get this equipment returned. So as you can see, there's two very big contracts both being completed, so we're going to collect these. 235,806, thank you very much. And 107,461. Gotta love the size of the contracts on this map. So that's the equipment returned. We can now have a brisk walk over to where the animals are. Let's have a look, see how the chicken, the sheep and the cows are doing. First up, here's the chickens. Yeah, still got plenty of food, and we have a decent amount of eggs. So we need to start thinking about what we're going to do with those. Let's have a wander this way. Good morning, ladies. Okay, so in here we have 36,500 litres of milk and nearly 73,000 litres of solari, both of which we need to do something with, although it's not particularly urgent, seeing as how the shed will hold 1.5 million and 2.5 million litres respectively. Maybe we ought to be looking at putting a few more animals in here, given the amount of money we now have in the bank. And finally, take a look at the sheep. And again, we have product we need to do something with. Morning all. The youngsters are looking lively. Okay. I think we need to do something with wool and something with eggs. Let's see what equipment we've got that might help us out. I'm actually going to head back to the shop. What we don't have, we have a big trailer. What we don't currently have is any means of loading pallets onto that trailer. So that's something we certainly need to use this newfound riches for. Let's have a look. So what was obviously got the forklift route. Excuse me, losing my voice. Alternatively, don't think we really need a telehandler front loader. That's a bit little. Or we could have just, of course, buy a front loader and... Nope, we are going to go for a forklift. We're going to go for that one. Standard, buy. Let's get on with it. We'll take this up to where the eggs are. Yeah, that's a nice beast. And then we can see about getting some eggs loaded onto a trailer. We'll get the eggs sold. And then we can deal with the rest of our day. So clearly this is complete overkill in terms of what we need. But it's the only thing we've got in the way of a trailer at the moment. Let's open her up. And we'll get these eggs loaded on. Got a bit of a lean on. Oh no, even more of a lean on now. Put these in the back of here. Don't think we're going to be fighting for space somehow. Okay. Right, we'll get these 4 loaded on as well, and then we'll see where we're going to take them. Not exactly struggling for space, but let's get these 2 put on. Come on, move forward. There we go. Like I say, not struggling for space, so why we've parked quite so close to the pallet that's already in there, I don't really know. But hey ho. Okay. Let's park this up. We will find a home for this. Meantime, let's jump in the lorry. Whoop. We need to lock it down. Like so. Start it back up because we managed to shut it off in the process. Close her up. There we go. All we've got to do now is work out where it is we're going with our eggs. Looks like November is a good time to be selling our eggs. And there are all sorts of places that they can be sold. I think the canning factory is going to be our destination. So all we need to do now is work out where's the canning factory. Luckily, the answer is not too far. Okay. Let's go for a little drive. Be our first outing in this bad boy. So basically we need to go down here. Through the avenue of trees. The directions were turn right at the cement factory, which is that there. Whoop, turn right. And although we can't see it through the mist, I am assured the canning factory is down here. So is this going to be as simple as open the curtain side, take off the straps? It is. There we go. 18,000. It's a start. Right, let's get this lorry back to the yard. Just get this parked up. Like so. Oh dear, that wasn't very straight, Pops. Never mind. Okay, next on the agenda. One thing I do quickly want to do is we've got grain sat in the silo, which is neither use nor ornament when we've got a flour mill. It's not a lot of it, but what there is, we may as well take up to the flour mill, because that's very short of products at the moment and not producing anything. Try again, Pops. Let's pretend we were just going through there so we can turn around. We stuck it in the wrong hole, as they say. What have we got? Barley. Here we've got the soybeans as well. That needs to wait, as does the canola, for a better time to sell. But we'll have the wheat. And we'll take this on up to the flour mill. Flour itself is going to be best sold in January, so it's only a couple of months to go. And then we will be carting that around. Let's just check what our production status is and what we've actually got. Let's go and have a look. So that was wheat, wasn't it? So we can activate that again. Like I say, wasn't a lot, but at least it was something. So I think with the grain relocated and the eggs sold, the milk and the slurry can wait. There's plenty of space for that. The wool can wait. We need really to decide what we're going to do with our money. And maybe the best thing for today is to keep hold of it and really pile on some more contracts. Give ourselves a decent amount of money and then see what... I think mainly what we need to look at is productions, because that's what this map is all about. So let's consider what contracts there are, see what money that gives us by the time we get to the end of November, see what we can do with the chunk of money we will end up with. So starting at the top, cultivating. Well, we already know they are very lucrative. Oh, there's two more. No, one more just appeared, so we're going to borrow the items. And we are going to also accept that contract. Deadwood not interested in harvesting. We obviously have all the equipment for that, so it might come back to that one. We'll see, because again, big contract. For the moment, probably more interested in these two. 11 and 12. Wood transport, not interested at the moment, so again, I am going to borrow the items on that one. And accept the contract on that one. Right, I will get these set up, get workers working on them. And then you can see there just by the figures on the screen that that's going to put a fair bit in the bank. In terms of this particular episode, you're not going to see much of this, but in terms of me working through November, we're going to put a few hours in, get some money in the bank. So this is a decent sized cultivator, to say the least. Hopefully it'll make short work of both 33 and 39. Just sit here and enjoy the sunrise, basically. Merrily work our way up and down the field. And we'll also get the plough working on 11 and 12, which I'm guessing will come as no great surprise, are next to each other. So that makes that easy as well. Let's get that going. We'll keep working away these contracts, we'll get some money in the bank, and I'll see you later in the day with an update. So it's 4 PM. The update is that we have done nearly 60% of field 11. Field 12 is complete, as are the cultivating contracts, of which we have done 3 so far. And I believe, yeah, there's another one there. I'm going to accept that as well, because we still have the kit, so we may as well make use of it. Let's just have a look. Deadwood, harvesting, ploughing, stone picking, wood transport. So we're really sort of into harvesting next. Now, there is parsnips. You see, it's extraordinarily good money, but life is probably a bit short to be starting a contract for parsnip harvesting on a 57.5 hectare field. I will literally be sat here till a week next Tuesday if we take that on, so not going to. I am, however, a little bit more interested in this one. So this is field 13, which is there for delivery. Pretty much about as far away as you can get from it. Again, 30 hectares. Do we necessarily want to start that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? I think actually we might bail out of these. As I say, we've taken on another cultivating contract, so we'll get that going, and then we'll have a look, see what the second half of November brings us. If nothing else, it might bring us some better weather. So we need to take this to field 26. Let's go for a little drive. Here we are. This will do us. We'll get a worker on this. And And again, I will come back to you once we are further along our contracting day. It's now 4:10. Let's see how long this little lot takes us to finish off. So while we're waiting for the contracts, I think one thing we do need to seriously look investing in is a lot more cows. We've got grass fields that are once again about to give us huge amounts of grass, hay, silage. So sheep and cows, we really need to ramp these up so that these guys are making money for us, and therefore those fields are making money for us. Let's have a look at the cow situation. We only have 100 cows, and there's potential in this barn for over 2,000. So yeah, let's have a look. Despite the huge amount of money, we are making a lot on the contracts, so my temptation here is to spend a big chunk, get another 100 animals, get them on site, get ones that are already mature so they will go straight into producing milk and what do we call it? Reproductive activities. That's a massive amount of money, but we do seem to be dealing with massive amounts of money here. This is a map where contracts are fairly regularly in excess of that amount, so let's go for it. There you go. It's not too painful if you do it fairly quickly. Let's go and see what the sheep situation is. So we've currently got quite a lot of youngsters in tow. We've got plenty of food. We need a trigger. There we go. Why is that not working? Because I've not stood close enough to it. Yeah, we've got lots of youngsters. We haven't really got much in the way of matures. So again, I am thinking to go quite and again, seems like a massive amount of money, but you know, let's not put ourselves through the whole conversation again. Let's just buy them. Okay. There we go, 240. I'm hoping going forward with the sheep and the cows, we're not going to have to do too much in the way of buying, because they should start doing what nature intended for them to do. Right, we will wait for the contracts to get a bit further and for the weather to cheer up, which it's forecast to do so. And I'll come back to you with yet another update. Just checking in the Futterlager, so the animal food storage. There's a lot of TMR sat in here. The only thing we're ever going to use it for is to feed the cows. So I think another little job I could get on with is just moving some of that TMR from here just over there to where the cow shed is. So I'm going to run and get a trailer and get maybe a couple of 100,000 litres of that moved as well. And I've just realised in the distance there that forklift truck is sat out in the rain, so another little job will be to move that up here to that shed so it's under cover. Do that first. Why the lights? I'll do. Right, I've got 200,000 litres. Let's get this dumped in and then we can stop worrying about feeding the cows for a while. Oh, called the roof. Might need to rethink that next time. Let's go and find the maintenance department, see if they can come and just check the roof of the cow barn for us. In the meantime, we'll just check what's in there. Oh, this rain is horrific. Yeah, we've now got 295,000 litres of food. We also still have a substantial amount of hay, silage and straw in the automatic feeder. So in theory, for the moment, that 295,000 isn't going to be going down. Let's get stuff put back under cover. Finally, we are done with the ploughing for the day. It has literally taken all day. Bit of a nightmare. Let's get back to the shop. Get the money in the bank from these contracts. So here we go. Current balance is 936,000. We will go through and collect these. That's 96, 124, 66, 78 and 116.8, giving us a total of £1.452 million, and we've bought cattle and sheep this month. This has been a very successful month. But there is the point at which it's time to call it a day. Thank you for sticking with me if you've got this far. Be good, stay safe, and when we come back next time, I think we're probably going to go straight towards December, where we need to plough field 24, field 32, which was the big soybean field, needs some herbicide on it and 2 lots of fertiliser sometime over the next 6 months. There are 2 grass fields, both of which are ready to be harvested, and in December our canola needs selling, so there is plenty for us to do next month. But that's it for now. I will see you again soon.